was the Olympia? The 14th? We're literally a month, I think, from, yeah, we're a month, right?
Today's the 16th.
The 16th. Yeah, I think it's been a month. My goodness. Yeah?
Yeah,
Has it been a
just
month?
a little over a month.
Yeah.
It was what, the 9th or the 10th or something like that?
You're right. It was the 10th because the 11th was a Sunday. Yeah, the 10th of October. Oh, well, hi, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Mr. Leo is here and he's having the crazy zoomies. So hopefully he can show how great of a dog he is because he behaves so well. But I I'm back home in Florida, very obviously. I have been traveling like crazy, but I have made a post a couple weeks ago just saying that I would speak up about the Olympia. I've realized over the years like how great I am at just experiencing things and not so great at explaining things. And so I'm trying to do that now just because I found that over the years and with all of you guys' support in the last 8 years being on YouTube and providing an insight of my life, you guys have supported me and also have cared for me, and that's what I really noticed at the Olympia. So I just wanted to open up a little bit and just talk about what happened at the Olympia. And I really don't want this video to come across as I'm trying to justify anything, trying to find excuses. Like what happened at the Olympia happened the way that it was meant to be that day. And I do still believe that we did the best that we can, my team and I poured my heart into this prep like I always do. And it really wasn't our day that day. And very obviously my physique have shown I don't know if I think a lot of people have kind of assumed what would have happened. I've talked about my weight being up and just kind of clipping things around my prep or things that I've said and putting it really out of context. So like I said, I just wanted to jump on here and we'll see how it goes. I have nothing prepared. I'm just really talking from the heart and trying to showcase like there's obviously a very human side of bodybuilding, and you guys, there's not a lot of people that shows it. I think I've been very raw on my channel, but I've not really like open up and like I said explain anything. And so I don't know, bear with me. Okay. So on the Saturday, whenever the show came and like the prejudging went on and we came off from stage, Kim went to me and he was like, this is my fault. And I just had to stop him right there because I think it came down to a full year picture. And what I mean by that is that when I look back at how this past year has been since, winning the Olympia last year, 2024, to a full year of not competing, because if you guys didn't know, I didn't do the Arnold last year. I had to step back from it after applying it, after being accepted from the Arnold, and from just a bad, being in a bad place with my blood work. And, saying it's a bad place in my blood work, it doesn't really define like where I was mentally. And I was mentally in such a bad place that it showed on my blood work. And I had to step back, or I gave myself the grace of stepping back from a show that I love to do and what the competitor of in me have been doing for the last, decade of my life, to just be like, I deserve to take care of whatever is going on. And it went down to being like I was in a very bad place. It was just, yes, a time that, I would have celebrated, but it was a very, very strange place to be, because now I felt like I had achieved, obviously, like a dream of mine and something that I've really worked towards and really worked hard my entire life. And it kind of felt somewhat not empty, but just like a no man's land. And I had to kind of reestablish myself, like where I was as Lauralie in her life, because Lauralie, the competitor, was kind of accomplished, right? So I realized that Lauralie as a human being was not really where I wanted to be. And that hit me really hard. And I didn't do the Arnold. And then whenever I went to take myself out of that dark place, um, therapist, I saw the therapist, and then I went to see Tonka, and that's really what kind of started really shifting for me. Um, Even her, we were talking yesterday about like how, like, she didn't realize how bad it was until she realized how bad it was, like where I was mentally. So that's in March, and then comes April. I keep traveling, I keep doing what I'm, quote unquote supposed to do, and then June comes around, and it's time to prep for the Olympia. So we started exactly like we said we were gonna start, 22 weeks out, like the same way that we did the last year, and try to mimic the same prep and just go into that prep like full on. And I felt good starting the prep. I felt confident because I felt like we had a method and it was a strategy, and I was back to being locked in, and it felt really good that when I put my switch on, I'm like, okay, this is known. This is known for me. This is the comfort for me. Like, this is somewhere that I go back to every single year, and I'm just excited to go to, because I know I can like not control, but like, yes, control the variables. You control like your output, and it's very satisfying, it's gratifying. And I felt like I was finally like heading back to a place where I was myself more, more of Lauralie. And I had, great addition to my team. I was now doing Pilates. I felt like my body had changed in like the best way possible. And long behold, like um I think it was at 14 weeks out that I started realizing like my glutes weren't the same. Um, like my muscle were not the same, but I didn't know if it was just me being insecure and in my head, which I kind of always am when it comes to the Olympian being at such a high level. Like, you always kind of doubt yourself. And that's also how I've been able to pursue my career and like continue to try to better myself every single year. And a lot of people have asked me like, how do I keep going every single year? Is because I know there's like so much more potential to reach, and I'm never like my very best. Like, there's not one stage and one look, guys, that I'm just like, that was it, like that was the very best. Like, even the one that I won, the one that I lost, like I still think there's potential for me to scratch. So all of these doubt that I started to have, like at 14 weeks out, like even though I shared with my team and stuff, I just had to rely on them and just be like, hey, you're good. Don't get into your head, which, I was trying not to do. So I just kept doing the thing, keep working hard, the things that I normally do. And just whatever I was seeing on my physique that I was unsure, I was just like, that's new terrains for me. I should just be confident. And, we were able to even like put on some like quality mass, and it showed on this SkyQ, like this like scanner, like my proportions were better, like everything was just good. And I was just like, wait a second, like that's interesting. I don't know why I feel like my physique is not being the same. So I just like I said, continued. About between those 14 weeks out and those seven weeks out, like a lot of happened in my personal life, I would say, um, obviously you guys can see that I have a new apartment, and, I moved, and that was a big step for me, um, because in between those times, like, there's a lot of things that has revealed to me, and I had the courage to leave, and leave a place where I thought that was the place that I was supposed to be for the rest of my life, and someone that I loved, and, like a family. And I grieved that, during that period, because I knew I couldn't be there anymore. And it got clear to a point where, like, I just felt this, like, really supernatural force, like, within me, that was just like, you just gotta go, like, go visit the apartment, order furniture. And, like, I did it while, like, everything, prepping was happening. And um yeah, I just knew it was time. um and so once I did that, I was at 7 weeks out, and things, like, really started shifting for me, like, um in a good way. Just, I found a gym, my Apex family, Taylor and Gil and John. And, my God. And I knew it was going to be super emotional, but um yeah, I found Taylor, Gil, and John, and they were super helpful. And um you know Cherie and Tonka, like, people that just came into my life with just so much strength and prayers. Romy, Erica, like, just um and I think, like, because it was so good, and I felt so good, like, leading into it, I felt like I was, like, thriving. I was like, this is gonna be so good. And I think that that's why I'm so embarrassed, like, looking back at it, like, oh my God. This is so stupid. um just looking back at everything that has happened, like, how much support I've had, and love, and, like, how I show up on stage. Like, I can't even look at pictures, I can't look at videos without being, like, just embarrassed. So, anyways, like, this video is just to, like, I guess, feel like I'm feeling a lot right now. But yeah, it's just feeling. And um I think I've processed, like, obviously, the Olympia. I've processed it, like, the day of. Like, I was just backstage, and Jen and Cherie came to me, and I was just like, people were trying to be encouraging by saying, like, I'm gonna be Miss Olympia forever. But at this point, I just realized how now I had myself forever. And, like, I finally had Lauralie back after just years of a year of just feeling like I had, like, completely lost myself. Like, I really felt it in my gut, like, for the first time. And, like, my intuition was very strong that everything was happening for a reason, and there was something, like, a lot bigger behind all this. Because, like, why would I get, like, that strength and that courage to, like, finally be where I'm at, and feeling good, to just getting the worst place in my career at the Olympia? Like, that just can't be happening. and especially feeling good leading up to it, like being confident, and just things were just happening, guys. Like a week out, like I get, I everything just happened. My body just started like fighting. We're trying to fight back. We fought the best way that we could, and then just things started being crazy. Just like you, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. Um, so yeah, I think this video is just for me to process things, obviously feeling the things that I haven't felt because I've just been traveling a lot. And also, um, like I said, things are processed. I'm stepping forward. There's obviously plans now in my head. There's been discussion with my team, like everybody is around me, just Kim, Hani, Tonka, my parents. Like there's just a whole like tribe, and you guys are also in my tribe, and I've felt very cared for on the human side of things, even though like I've never really showcased that because I don't think I'm good at it. If you're still watching, thank you for watching. But um yeah, that's that for right now. Like just me stepping forward, like I'm back home. I'm here for the next 2 weeks, and now I have little Leo. He's a menace today. I don't know what's going on, but I have little Leo now. Little my 3 months and a half little French bulldog. He's adorable. I'm obsessed with him, and you guys too. But all right, so I think this video is long enough. It's enough feelings for today. No, but seriously, I think I talk always about how important it is to feel your feeling and stuff like that. But I would be a hypocrite if I came here and I just feel that if I was to come on here and do another video series on the next competition I was to be doing, I would just be an hypocrite. I always talk about how it's important to feel your feeling and stuff like that, but who would I be if I wasn't doing that today? So definitely not. I would much rather not do that video, but I think it's important to be. It's part of the process. It really is. Like I wouldn't be who I am today with those moments that I'm just feeling embarrassed, or I'm feeling joy, or I'm feeling sadness, or I'm feeling embarrassment, and without sharing it with all of you. So yeah. Like I said, I'll be back. We're on recoup right now with my team. And I'll keep you guys posted on what's next. I think that's it.